Hi, hello, how are all of y'all? And welcome on in. It's time for another game that we're doing just for the YouTube. A lot of the things that you see on here, once again, we do them on stream over on Twitch. Find that down below. But this is something where I want to do just for YouTube. It is The Case of the Golden Idol. It is a puzzle detective game. I see a lot of people compare this to Return of the Obra Dinn, which is one of, if not my favorite game. And it is the answer to the question of if you could Eternal Sunshine yourself and forget playing one game to play it again for the first time, that would be Obra Dinn, because once you play it, it's not a roguelike. That's it. You solved it. You can never do it again unless you forget everything. So if this even gets close to the enjoyment I get out of that, I'm so excited for it. But it is a puzzle detective game, a lot of point and click adventure. Let's see what happens. Recommended experience with highlights. Select this if you don't like pixel hunting. Okay. Prologue, an abrupt termination of contract. Oh no. Two bags filled with coins and gems. A tobacco pouch and a pipe cleaner. A bag of medical instruments and some medicine. A golden statue with a red stone and a bag filled with coins and gems. Ah! A scalpel. January 5th, 1742. Both parties agree to these terms for the expedition to Monkey Paw Island. Albert Cloudsley has rights to 2/3 of all valuables for funding the expedition. Oberon Geller has rights to 1/3 of all valuables and any golden statues found for providing the map to the expedition site. Dr. Esquire Oberon Geller. Okay. So Oberon's the doctor, the Esquire's Albert. Okay. A medicine bottle. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Okay. Ruins of Xenopolis, Horn of Thumb, Horn of Finger, Bay of Shadows. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, so let's figure out this UI. I've just been clicking things. So it says there's 11 things to find. I think when it says 11. Is that actually it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's actually it. Yay. I knew what you were plotting, you snake. A pipe. A dagger. Both parties agree. We've already done this. And they've signed it. Okay, so this is Oberon and Albert. I'm gonna go with they're the doctor. So this is Oberon Geller, and this is Albert Cloudsley. Something else? Oh. Do I have to actually click this every time? Okay. I know there's a thinking mode, so what's thinking? Okay. Oh. Interesting. So you are Albert Cloudsley, I do believe. Albert Cloudsley. Pushed Oberon Geller. And I guess we do it this way. Albert Cloudsley. Oberon Geller. When a scroll is completely filled in, words can be dragged directly from the slots. Oh, I could have just done that. Okay, cool. From a cliff in the blank of Monkey Paw Island. They were going for the ruins of Xenopolis. Camp in... Oh, okay. Camping is in the ruin... Are we thinking this? Two or fewer slots are incorrect, so that's not right. So it's the horn. Then. Horn of Thumb? Okay. I'm gonna guess... Oh yeah, because there's that there. That makes sense. And so that means we can do Horn of Thumb. The scroll has been fulfilled! While Dr. Oberon Geller was surveying the poor weather with his looking glass, his expedition partner, Albert Cloudsley Esquire, suddenly pushed him off the cliff. Stay and explore, return to the scenario selection. Okay. I guess we were done? Oh, we can alphabetize things, that's fun. How to play, my phrases disappeared, I cannot, okay. Okay. So how do we get, oh, that's what I did, oops. Well, that's exciting. That's that, we're fine. Chapter 1. How have I already broken the game? I've already broken this. Okay, what do I actually need? Next chapter? No. The scroll has been fulfilled. Close. That it? Oh, okay. Chapter 1. Chapter 1. Complications in the family. The untimely passing of a rural gentleman. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. That is a man eating some chicken. Horses. A horse is running in the yard. A yacht is slowly floating in the river. That is a golden idol. It's the title character. It is the titular role. Just a smock? It appears to be a smock. Spontaneous combustion. I, Sebastian Cloudsley, will share my humble contribution to the science of anatomy and chemistry. August 22, 1786. 12. Woke up. A beautiful day. 12:30. Washed and dressed in my dining attire. 2. 1400 hours. Had a beautiful roast duck for lunch. 1600 hours. Changed to my hunting attire. 1700 hours. Rode to hunt badgers. Had no luck today and returned home. 1800. Changed to my researching attire. 1900. Changed to my dining attire. Already had dining. 2000 hours, had a tasty beef loin for supper. 22:30, filled in my diary and went to bed to continue reading for my research. All right then. Hello. A ring with a ruby. This man is not breathing. His head is wounded badly. I'm assuming we're saying the way it's implying is that the ruby. August 23rd. So today's August 23rd. Was that what that was? That was the day before. Woodshire, Crowter, and Blackfield. I'm assuming this is Blackfield because we can see water. A tall, rickety ladder. Henry Clover, lead poisoning. Okay. Thinking mode. I'm assuming this is Sebastian Cloudsley then. That is his dining attire. That is... Where are we here? Dining. This is his... It appears to be hunting attire. And that's his researching attire. Okay. Okay. Oop. Sebastian Cloudsley, Lord of... Blackfield. Passed away in his bed. The cause of death was, I'm assuming, it looks like a head wound. A head wound. Occurred when he fell from a, well, See, I don't think that's accurate. I don't think he fell. The cause of death was which occurred when he fell from a ladder while he was... Interesting. We have all the clues. While he was... Doesn't make sense. Ring with a ruby. Bed is Sebastian Gladsley, Lord of Blackfield, passed away in his bed as which occurred when he fell from a horse while he was hunting. Unless we're saying, oh, because he's in his hunting attire. We saying he fell from a horse? The scroll has been fulfilled. While the Lords of Blackfield was hunting, his horse threw him off, and he suffered a deadly wound to the head. Oh, hello. Who are you? That guy looks like Dale Gribble. Aw, they were 53. Okay, so how we do here? That's some spontaneous combustion. Chapter 1, Complications in the Family. The dramatic departure of an outsider. Dude's on fire. Scorched knife. A scorched horse brush. Spare me, devil, I was simply following orders. Astonishing Monkey Man, property of Pear Brothers. That's just a knife. Hey, what do you have there? A knife. What the blazes? August Jockey Club Derby. I did not realize that was a J at first. You always heard me say something different. That probably wouldn't have been approved for YouTube. Race 3 win. Raging Sultan. Place show. Wager 35 pounds. To the blazes. Okay, you. Now, if it's all the same to you, I will take my leave. Ring with a ruby. £1, 2 shilling, and 2 pence. Spontaneous combustion. To perform the combustion trick, you must first cast a freezing spell. This sacred glyphs for combustion on the idol. Interesting. Interesting. So that's not correct. So upside down J, Green Lantern, triangle. Oh, no, that was right. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Ash Blair, finest tobacco. Prepare the carriage for tomorrow. We are to visit my nephew. EC. You're EC. 2 shillings and a penny. Saddlebag. A dagger. What an unexpected turn of events. Embroidered handkerchief. £3 and 3 shilling. Lord Edmund Cloudsley's speech stirs Parliament. London Gazetteer, September 7, 1786, and I cannot physically read that. A stiletto blade. Dear Edmund, it has reached my attention that you are seeking a capable new servant. I have just the man for you. David Goron is an experienced coachman with a diverse set of talents that I am sure you will find very useful. If you are displeased with his services, do not hesitate to let me know. Yours, Theo. So I'm going with this is Edmund. And David Goron. If you're him, you're David Goron, I believe. Okay. That's just funny looking. Stable Rhoda for Adam and James. James Adams, and do it properly, you lazy oaf. Oh, cool, we can go in here. So let's say I don't have enough. Batley, Cloudsley, Cuthbert. So these are the Batleys. My apologies, so we can be so but here sometimes. 6 rings and various stones. Small bat. A fan. An ornamented guitar blade. £4. Go back. Could I have clicked that? I could have. I should have. Nicholas Maker, attorney. I would not have expected one of your family to treat a legal document in such a way. I am appalled. Ring with a ruby. Interesting. 2 shillings, 3 pence. Interesting. Reading of the Last Will and Testament of Sebastian Cloudsley. December 7th, 1786. Albert Mary. Rose Cuthbert. Beatrix Batley. Willard Wright. 4 inheritors, all present. Associate married. Edmund, I'm assuming that's Rose Cuthbert then. I have more hints to find. I'm just clicking everything and then I'm reading it. I think that's the best play. How to be happy. Eat a hearty meal every day and do not waste your time on trivialities. Well, no, trivialities, fine as a trivia host. How to avoid being upset. Strive for that which holds meaning and do not shrink from responsibility. How to be inspired. Take a walk in your forest and breathe the fresh air. How to avoid being scared. Feeling scared is a weakness. Be strong instead. Sure. Ooh. Dear Willard Wright, Rose Cuthbert. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. I bequeath to you the gold idol of Xenopolis. You will. Interesting. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. I want you to put your sharp mind to better use. Thermere Park, therefore I bequeath. The research. Interesting. Wait, sister. I bequeath you this. Speed reading. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Okay. I, Sebastian Cloudsley, Blackfield County, being nominated to appoint Nicholas Maker as executor of my last will and testament. I believe it's Maker. Dear Peter Batley, we have sent you frequent reminders concerning the settlement of your debt, and yet, to date, the debt remains unpaid. We humbly request that you make your payments as soon as possible, or we will be forced to take matter into our own hands. The debt currently stands at £255. Black Garden Buck Loans. August Derby 6 Spinning Jenny. So they're all betting the ponies. Oh, is it mad that I didn't click the things? Even though we already have them. There we go. What is this thing I didn't click? I know that's probably just for me. Okay, so thinking mode. Oh, hello. There are empty slots. Okay. So you are Nicholas Maker, I do believe. Nicholas Maker, you are Rose Cuthbert, I believe. Back and look at the things. Edmund. Lord Edmund. Also his house battery, so he might be a battery. EC. No, that's Edward Cloudsley. Or Edmund Cloudsley. So, Edmund Cloudsley. I want to get these names right first and kind of go. I believe this gentleman's David Goron. David Goron. Could be James or Adam, but somehow doubt. Okay. See, now this is getting tricky. I like this. The first two were just kind of like, hey, this is what you're doing. Adam and James. Let's go back here real quick. Do we have Adam and James here? No. Willard Wright, associate. So we have Adam and James. I'm assuming they're the Batleys. And then Sebastian. Lord Sebastian. What the Jesus? I know this is places, but my. Take my leave. We met so rarely after you left for colonies, therefore I bequeath you my savings, land, and Blackfield Manor. Come establish a museum. I want you to put your sharp use. My late sister. Oldest. My dearest, my late sister. So that's going to be Rose there. Rose. Cubit. You'll know what to do. So whoever is the murderer is doing that. I want you to put your sharp mind to better use. Therefore, I bequeath you the notes from research I've written on astronomy. I grant you leave to finish and publish it under both our names. Associate. I'm assuming that's going to be Willard Wright. That's going to be Willard Wright. If I don't say that. Come home and establish. Come home. That is interesting. Do we think this is to Edmund Cloudsley? Cloudsley. Oldest, married. Unless I'm reading this wrong. Unless we're saying they're all that. This is the interesting thing. I bequeathed you the golden idol of Xenopolis. You'll know what to do with it. So it's Adam and James Batley. Sebastian is testate. Peter Batley. Let's just see if it's Peter Batley. Peter Batley. There are incorrectly filled in slots. That's fine. There are empty slots, so it's not that. I don't think. What is testate? What is? Okay, so someone ripped something up. So who do we think is the one who's dead? Interesting. Saddlebag, eat admin. See, I think he's, like I said, I don't think they, I think that's David Goron. I think that's your cable man. I think he's Edmund Cloudsley, which would make her Rose Cuthbert. Go back inside. You have this? Yes, you do. All four inheritors are present. So I don't inherently think I was wrong in regards to that, Merce. What if we made Edmund Cloudsley the Golden Knight? And made Peter Batley this guy. Nope, okay. Your mother discussed my late sister. We're saying she's Beatrix. Well, let me even. But Beatrix isn't. So it has to be Rose. She is. That's the only female name that I see. Yeah, I know it's not correct. Therefore, I bequeath the notes from research I've written. I think Willard. I think that has to be Willard, right? I think that's correct. So these are just different names. That wouldn't make sense then. Unless it's Willard Wright. Peter Batley is this guy. And then... try Edmund. I doubt this is it, but I just want to see if this is. Yeah, no, that is. My late sister, it has to be Rose. That one I feel good for. That one makes sense to me. Fat Lord, pair twins, AJ pair. So Adam and James pair. So they're the pairs. Adam and James pair. So which one is which? I mean, we know you're a pair. So you're Adam and James. For the sake of just throwing that, let's say that's Adam. And that leaves... I mean, if this works, Willard, right, and then... Unless we're saying you're Peter Batley. I doubt this is right. Oh! Okay. That works. La 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 la. So that means... That is Willard Wright who got that. So we're going to say Willard Wright is you. And then we go from there. You look like a politician. Peter. Okay, that's not right. Okay, we'll come back. Was... Suddenly, James Pear died from spontaneous combustion. That I know is right. To receive was... To receive... Was happy to receive... And ordered... Edward Cloudsley. And then this. No. Was... Take... So... We know that it's Sebastian Cloudley. We know that. And ordered... a idol. Pair. James Pair to take the idol from. I feel like that makes sense. Was slated to receive... Was upset to receive... Research? Okay, so... One of them... So who has the pairs? Hold on. You lazy... What an unexpected turn of events! So he's Parliament. Okay, hold on, that makes more sense. So Edward Cloudsley is... the brother, which I'm gonna rotate back to this, so this should be right then. No? Okay, balls. Okay, I'm gonna take that. I mean... Willard Wright does have it. That doesn't mean it. You have the idol in your hands. So unless we're going Peter Batley here, who looks shocked. I'm just gonna see if it's Nicholas Maker. No. Edward Clousley. In order to take the idol from Willard Wright. To David, maybe? Sisters Rose, Edmund is politics. Ruby. All 4 inheritors present. So those are the 4 that inherited something. So it's Willard Wright, Peter Batley. Okay, so Peter Batley. Peter Batley. Willard. 2 or fewer, that means we only got one of the names wrong. Was upset to receive... Let's switch it back to Edward then. Edward. Nope, Peter, so it is Peter Batley tried to say it was upset. Peter Batley then. Hold on. Peter Batley. Peter Batley was upset to receive research. Was upset to receive house. Peter Batley was upset. Was scared. Was inspired to receive. Was happy to receive research. Unless it's happy to receive research. What's aphorisms? Actually, legitimately good. What is aphorisms? Aphorisms. Or aphorisms. A pithy observation that contains a general truth such as, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Was annoyed. Aphorisms? Is it just upset to... Oh, hell! The scroll has been fulfilled. No, Peter Batley, encumbered by his gambling debts, had placed high hopes on his uncle's testament. Upon discovering he had inherited nothing but a book of aphorisms, he tore up the will and ordered his servants to take the golden statue from the stranger Willard. Suddenly, one of the servants burst into flames. Okay, I'm gonna fix this then. Okay, so... Willard Wright got that. That's right. That's right. Then how is that not right, then? That not right? Because you're the only woman in this, so that makes sense. Unless we're saying this is Nicholas Maker. Until the finished project with both our names. I think that's accurate. Just Nicholas Maker. Oh, I misread that. Oh, I'm a silly goose. My late sister, your mother. That's Peter. That's okay. I misunderstood that. Rose. Okay, I feel better now. I just misread that. And aphorisms, yeah. This is why you should read the whole thing. All right, we did that. Cool. This is just the same thing again. That's just the same thing again. The scroll's meant to close. Next chapter. Chapter 2, The Cursed Inheritance. All right. I like this. Chapter 2, The Cursed Inheritance. The Murder at the Little Mermaid. Ooh. Right, there are 26 clues. The heck are you? Why did that bugger give me a note when he knows damn well I can't read? Cheer. Piece of stale bread. All I did was steal some bread. You can now lie low for a couple of days in the old oarsman's place, down at the docks. Trapdoor on the ceiling. An empty bed, not warm. Oh, your dead guy's over there. A door. The door does not open. Oh, hello. Come back to you. The door does not open. Revenge. On. Another trapdoor. Who are you? The man is not breathing. A walking cane and a ruby ring. To my dear Maurice. I'm guessing that might be Maurice. Some people call me the Space Cowboy. Some people call me Maurice. Okay. Why do we have a music box? Washing bowl filled with slightly bloody water. Dear proud beast master, I have attended our departed brother's send-off and accepted the keepsake that he bestowed upon our brotherhood in his will. I shall send this letter tomorrow, September 10. I hope it will reach you without delay. All right, it is midnight. I will retire to my bed, for this has been a long day. May Griffin awaken. Proud beast initiate. Is that a dude man from earlier? Oh, hello. Alarm, alarm, a break-in. Watchman number 2, Henry Parker. Watchman's lantern. Okay, we're going to call you Henry Parker then. Henry Parker. I'm going to go with your Maurice. Is anything else upstairs? Yes. Oh. A spear! Spear! Shards of glass lie in the mud. And now we go down. Tab. Green for glass. Clean. Oh, these are last names. Green, Barrage, Blair. Where did that blasted boy go? I really need a piss. I need a piss. Dear Oscar Boynton, it has come to our attention that the good owner of the Little Mermaid offers services to those who want to transfer products that are less agreeable to the authorities. I will come by in 3 days. If you still have some spare space in your gin barrels and you are willing to earn extra money, reach out to me. I don't believe that's Oscar Boynton, though. I don't think that's the owner. Large kitchen knife, various ring of keys, partially peeled lemon. Willard Wright, Forget-Me-Not Room, Ash Blair. I think it's Willard Wright. Oh, no. That might be Willard Wright. I take that back. I think that might be Willard Wright. Just for the sake of science. The door to the street is shut with a latch. Wanted, Robert Redruth. Escape convict, award 50 pounds. Robert Redruth. Okay, so you're Robert Redruth. At the Little Mermaid Inn, Amazing Evans' music performance on September 9th. Event shall commence circa 11 p.m. Oh, mother, forgive me. I will never gamble with something so dear to me ever again. Folding blade, a key, violin. You're Evans. Know that. Okay. Just deal the next one. It's all luck anyway. Remember, you, as an agent of our trading company, have to reflect its values to the fullest. Never be late. The client leaves the port on the 10th. Be persuasive. Do not take no for an answer. We must get the client's product. Be effective. Once you have the product, deliver it to me immediately with the servant boy. Most importantly, no matter what you do, be mindful of our reputation. Our names must remain spotless. A hand of cards. A key. A dagger. 3 shillings and 2 pence. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. AGWW, ME, AGJB, OB, AGJB, AB. Be calm, John. He was a perfect gentleman. He bought me a drink and then retired upstairs. Tell me, what does that man have that I lack? A hand of cards. 7 pence, a key, a small sword. Calm down, John. Hand of cards. To Annie, you're beautiful like a rose. For you, I will take many blows. Annie, you're like a glass of wine. Your hair is very fine. I will find gold in mine if it makes you forever mine. You're a piglet full of love. So that's Annie. I'm going to go with the angry man over there is John. 2 shillings and 7 pence. A key. Everyone here's is armed. Okay, we have all the hints. Is this the thing I want? AG. Okay, so she's Annie Green, or she might be AB. Let's go with AB. Boyton and Boyton. So Boyton for them. Boyton. Green, Briage, Blair. Ooh, maybe not that. I'll come back to that. What's... Oh, there are many... Okay, hold on here. Okay. Can't do that yet. Okay, Annie. John. Okay, we know that's Willard Wright. I know that is, in fact, Willard Wright. Evans. Goes there. Ash Blair. So one of them is Ash Blair. One of the ABs is Ash Blair. It could also be Annie G. Because we know AB is Ash Blair. Annie... Oh, oops. Have them down below, I think. Okay, so that's right, but that was wrong. Okay. Interesting. Are they all Annie? Are these all gonna be Annie? I like this music, whatever it is. Annie, John and John. Oscar Boyton? Perhaps? Might be Briage. I like the decor. We have an outstanding... That might be Oscar Boyton. I think you are Oscar Boyton. And... It's one of the M's for him. Maurice. Oh, it was Maurice. That's Maurice. Okay. Now, who are you? Now we'll come to the... No. What am I missing here? I love that face, though. I think it's Brioche and Blair. 4 gallons of wine, 4 glass, 3 glass, 1 glass. That doesn't help me at all. We have... Okay, we're gonna put Boynton here then. We know Maurice then. If we figure out that it's... Unless we think it's her husband. I mean, AG is Annie Green. If that's the case, then that's who that is. As the only G, correct? Yes. John Boynton, let's say you're John... What if you're John Blair? John Blair, and then Annie Green. Annie Green. See if this is right at all. 2 or fewer are incorrect. Okay, so... What if you're... What if... He's only on there twice, right? So what if he's... Green... Where did that not show up? Hold on, why is that not there? There's one missing. That's interesting. Annie John. I think that's right. I think it's his last name, and I think it's... There we go. It just disappeared for a second. That was weird. Okay, so he's John Briette. Annie Green, Ash Blair. Are you Ash Blair? No. Okay, so there's something wrong about this. More than one. Henry Parker. So, John Brige. Unless we're saying these two are the opposite. And I stand by this being Ash Blair, because that's the only other name that's not taken. No? Okay. Henry Parker. Let's figure this out. You are Henry Parker. I believe that. This is accurate. Okay, you're Willard Wright. Willard Wright's room. Through the window. Wait, no. Glass is broken on the outside, so we went in through the trap door. Are we saying that he killed him? You can lie low for a couple days in the old arm. Okay, I'm gonna go with you killed him. Going with Mr. Robert Redruth killed him. Robert Redruth. Well, John Brige. John Briage. Green. Oscar Boynton. A fight ensued upstairs. Wait, what? He was stabbed? Why did I miss the stabbing? Oh, I guess he did get stabbed. Huh. Got stabbed. With a rusty half of shears. And Willard Wright. Yeah, so that's not their names then. That's someone else. Through the trap door. Here. I just want to see what's window. Okay, so that's right then. But that is right. He didn't creep though, that's the thing. That blasted boy go. I really need a piss. Keys, large kitchen knife. I would never gamble something so dear. Again. Be calm, John. So I think that is John Riach, that's Andy Green, and that's Oscar Boynton. Ash Blair is different. That's He's an escaped convict, so that would make sense, but maybe that's the bait and switch. I mean, Ash Blair is the only person not on here that they haven't said already. That's definitely Willard Wright, and he got stabbed with a shear. Unless you're saying one of these other people killed him. Don't believe we did. Green, Briage, Blair. You don't have any wine. You're just... Revenge, RR. I definitely think, yeah. What if it's this? What if it's Maurice Evans? Because that is his room. Maurice. Through the window. Or the trapdoor, even. We're playing cards with loud music. No, that doesn't make sense. Maybe it is Robert Redruth then. Robert. Because I think it is Willard Wright. I think that is right. Look at this out. You're... Yeah, starts a glass line. Oh, I think that's a red herring. Door does not open, but there is a key in it. Door doesn't open. Key in it. Not too bad, not warm. That's not open. What if it is? What if it is Willard Wright snuck into Maurice Evans's? I mean, that is Willard Wright. I maintain that. Okay, so what's missing here? This is accurate. That is Maurice Evans. If he is Evans... Violet... Yeah, because... I'm trying to figure out where I'm missing the damn name of the guy who runs this place. Because he doesn't have... have various keys. This the music's nice. Key, 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 ring of keys, key. So all of them have a key. You're hooting and hollering. Ooh. Go back to what she was talking about. Hold on. He was a perfect. He bought me a drink and then retired upstairs. To Annie, you are beautiful like a rose. For you and Annie, glass. Your hair is very fine. I will find gold in a mine if it makes you forever mine. That I lack. Unless we're saying he is Oscar. Unless we're saying he's Oscar Boynton. And that this is Ash Blair. Okay. So Ash Blair is this. That makes more sense. It's still Maurice's room, unless... Okay, so that's right and that's right. That makes me feel a little bit better. That is Willard Wright. So Willard Wright's dead. John Bridge, Annie Green, and Ash Blair were playing cards with loud music. I think it is Door. I mean, okay, let's go back up here then. Raven. Oh, he didn't sneak in. It's not. I think the Robert thing is because he can't read. He knows I can't read, so that means he can't write. But he's there to take the fall. Why did that bugger give me a note when he knows damn well I can't? Interesting. So it's not a shear. That's not accurate then. Were any of these bloody? None of them were inherently bloody. Okay. I think... He dressed like he... Is he dressed like it was his room? No, it is his room. It is his room. Ash Blair, maybe? And Ash had just a dagger. Dagger, dagger, dagger. Through the window. I mean, for science. I think it would be Ash Blair. Oh! Ooh, interesting. No. Okay, so... Trapdoor is right. Oh, Ash Blair snuck up. Maurice Evans was playing with them instead. Okay, I think I got it. Annie Green, John Breeze, Maurice Evans. Unless it's Oscar Boynton instead. There we go. A man, I just realized why that, sorry, it took me way too long to realize the importance, the order of that list. A man going by the name of Ash Blair crept into Willard's room through the trapdoor to steal something important, but when he opened the music box, it woke Willard up and a fight ensued, and the fracas Ash stabbed Willard and attempted to frame the escaped convict. Oh, hello. Good morning, innkeeper. I heard a man was murdered here a week ago. Oi, a deranged convict did him in. Now bugger off. Tell me more about the evening when Willard Wright died. I will make it worth your while. Interesting. Chapter 2, The Cursed Inheritance. The Intoxicating Dinner Party. So that's what we got. These sure are fine coats. An expensive cigar. Little Pip. Run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco and a bottle of gin. I will pay you when I am back. David. I'm gonna say you got David. Pocket. An overcoat and a hat. An overcoat and a hat. Box of cigars. Going with that's his. Oh, hello. Dear Miss Richards, I enjoyed your company tremendously when I visited your father last month. I am certain that you would wish to hear the rest of my thoughts on the shortcomings of our society. I invite you and your father to a dinner on April 8th at my manor. Sincerely, Edmund Crowdsley. Dear Mary, so Mary Richards, here is something for your dowry from me. For you, I would fight a tiger and win, Peter Batley. Okay. So Mary Richards, Peter Batley's here. Ooh, what's that? Syringe with some liquid left in it. Ooh, we have multiple things now. Go up. Oh, hello. This lady is not breathing and her face is blotched. A fan. 4 pounds. Rings with various gemstones. You killed my aunt, you devil! I should execute you on the spot! A fork. If I remember correctly, that is Peter Batley, if we remember correctly, from prior games. I believe makes her Rose. She does seem rather unwell. It's extremely upsetting. Ooh, 4 pounds and a shilling. An opaque bottle labeled water. A roast salad bowl. A half-full carafe of amber liquid labeled brandy. Half-full bottle of labeled wine. Almost full carafe of yellow liquid containing lemons. A half-empty bottle of cloudy liquid labeled peptic tonic. Oh lord, this has nothing to do with me. Ensure that the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner and I will slip you a shilling, Peter. Note to self. You get frustrated when working, remember the tale about the rich lord who married his donkey, and you will feel better. Shilling. And some keys. That's Edmund Cloudsley. We remember him from before. That's Mr. Edmund Cloudsley. It's poison! Nobody touch a thing and nobody move! I'll send for a doctor right away. Keys. This is horrible. An embroidered handkerchief. I'm going with that is Mary Richards. Because that's Rose, what's her bucket from before. Who's been added? Oh, we're gonna figure out who is sitting where. Roast. Salad. Salad. So we figure out where she was sitting. Cigar. Let me guess. Yep. I missed any of the buttons. I'm just trying to get... There's a lot of things, which is fun. So many things. Oh, there's the idol. Interesting. Well, well, Edmund. You seemed pretty pleased after the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Take care of those who you ally. I have many friends and will deal with you swiftly. If you dare cross me, Lord George Bridges. Final Vanguard. Ooh. The revolution will come for the likes of you, you crooked bastard. Soon you will pay for your sins amongst honest common folk with your blood. Dear Uncle. I hear you're interested in Lady Richards. I think you're too old for her. I shall court her instead. Secondly, please lend me 300 pounds. It is a small change to you, and I am desperately in need of it at your presence. Yours truly, Peter Batley. Edmund Cloudsley. Once more, you have failed to answer our requisition. This is the last warning you will receive. Your transgressions against us demand amends. The only course of action you have is to surrender yourself to our justice. Last chance for your repentance, serpent. We'll unleash one of our stewards upon you, Brotherhood of Masks. Peptic 2 sealed bottles, cloudy liquid labeled tonic. Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system. A sealed bottle labeled opium. Ooh, we found the opium. Platonello, Ideal Republic, visions of a utopia with order and structure. Doors locked. Doors locked. Remember to take the 4th one from every row. Ralokatu, Starchild. Stack of candles. Ink pot. A pair of twig dolls and a bottle of pink liquid, partially empty. Once your target has ingested the love potion, establish eye contact and hold it for as long as possible. In most cases, the effects will be felt within 2 days, depending on your own appearance. That's funny. Mademoiselle, the Laceless Count, the besmirched lover of Luciana. I said that wrong because I don't know how to say it. I will not change the rule that the staff member who has worked here the longest gets the bottom room. Do not bother me with such nonsense. Okay. 4 shillings and a penny. A knife. Thank you, dear. No, I threw it out. I do not read such dirty literature anymore. I do hope our master's guests were satisfied and that Brian served everything as instructed. Get keys. The dinner party will take place on April 8th. Everything should be ready before noon. Prepare roasted boar. Young Miss Richards appears not to enjoy meat, therefore prepare some alternate side dish. Oh. Okay, this one's going to get a little bit trickier. To Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. 2 eggs and a pot of tea for each breakfast. No heavy foods for dinner. You're responsible for Little Pip doing all his errands. Miss Walker. I am to be woken up and dressed at 7 a.m. I expect to receive my daily newspaper by noon. Miss Baker. I expect all my rooms to be cleaned every day, twice on the days, and have visitors. David Goran's job requires that he may arrive or leave during the night. No complaining about this, EC. Full and sealed bottles with red liquid labeled wine. A full and sealed bottle brandy there. 3 loaves of bread, some lemons, potatoes, flour, water, cut veggies, and a big old piece of meat. The door to the outside, not locked. Door is locked. Door is locked. Set of keys, ash flare, finest tobacco, dagger, a pistol, a pistol. Stack of candles. April 7, dear diary. This has been an ordinary day, mostly spent in preparation for tomorrow's dinner event. I do believe the time has come for me to ask for a raise in salary after all of these years I have loyally worked here. It is a difficult conversation to be had, but I will strengthen my will to talk to Master about it tomorrow. Ortis, the wise slave, fables about rulers that make you think. Pound and 2 shillings, an ink pot. Sealed pot labeled print paint. Down with parasites. Too long have they feasted on our blood and sweat. Interesting. No. David, clean up the stain. Two. Okay. Okay, there's someone we haven't seen. Who have we not seen? What are, oh. Monkey Man Eye versus Striped Dark Hand. Or Monkey Man 1. Monkey Man 2, Tooth for Tooth. Camera. Small bottle filled with amber liquid. A couple of pennies, a fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket wash. A key. Hello. Those, I would assume, are pipes. that little pip. Little pip. They do seem little. Salad. Salad. Why do I feel like there's an obvious thing that we're missing here? Dear Edmund, this cannot continue since Rose Cuthbert. Here we go. Rose Cubit. Rose Cubit. Since my return and move to Sebastian's Manor, he asked me for financial support 7 times. He clearly isn't able to take any monetary responsibility. Please, I need your help, my dear brother, Rose Cuthbert. Mrs. Baker, starting date, position housemaid, yearly wage, £9. Dear Edmund, I like your idea. Let's send him to the colonies where his violent nature will make him feel at home. I hear you're having dinner with Lady Mary and her well-to-do father, Lothar. Okay. If Peter and I were to join you, we would beguile him with tales and adventures in the colonies so we can help him away. Okay, so Lothar. Such trivial ciphers as reading only the first word of every line are easy to produce. One short on nose, but extremely unsafe and easy to encode. Consider the sample. Money as denominator of value has evolved and changed a lot. Still in savvy hands is a powerful tool. MHCH. Okay, what else do we have? This is horrible. I'm gonna go with that man is Lothar Richards. Lothar Richards. This has nothing to do with me. Do you have a shilling? You do have a shilling. The beautiful lady sit next to me during dinner. I will slip you a shilling. Okay. You killed my aunt, you devil. I should execute you on the spot. Okay. I'm just reading everything again. I think it's you. Final Vanguard. Dear Uncle. Okay. We're missing 2 hints. Or 2 clues. Figure out where those are. There. What are we missing? Little Pip. I'll pay you when I'm back, David. Want to send grab me some David. Have a David? Ew, David. Did I not click her? Oh, I didn't click her. That's what it is. Oh, of course. I can give you some candles for your room, Lucia. I assume you're itching to continue reading that scandalous novel. Dear Ada. Ah, Ada. Lucia. I have to use this letter to share some good news. There is no substance to the claims that your late husband used his position to squander church money. The judge has decided to remove all accusations and you will be no longer a target of baseless gossip. I truly sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when ignorance and impudence go hand in hand. May our Lord steward over our poor souls. Okay, so we have everyone there. Baker. So I think this is her. Okay, so we have all the names. I think there's a Richards and a Smith. To Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. Mr. Walker and B. So it's Smith and Baker. Baker. I am a Smith after all. There is the Smith, and there's Smith. I don't understand what this is. And I think that's the only one I don't have right, because I remember them. I get them. Just for science. Nope, those were right. I'm good. Oh, that's Mr. Baker. Wait, no, hold on. No, it's not Mr. Baker. Dude is Mr. Walker. Is that Brian Walker? Okay, so we have who all the people are. Okay, we gotta figure out this table situation. Partially, so red liquid, lead, red liquid, red liquid. I would assume they partially smoked a cigar. It's the cigar that's gonna help with this. David. Okay, but which one of them is smoking? A fork? Killed my aunt, you devil. Okay. The note says, ensure the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner, I'll slip you a shilling. Is there tonic at any of these? Partially empty glass of clear liquor. Of cloudy liquid. Cloudy. That's gonna be water. Partially empty glass of cloudy liquid. Full glass. Say you were here. And then Rose was here. Just see if this is anywhere close to right. Because this would be the only ones, and they wanted to... I was going to say do that, but then that doesn't make sense because she wasn't going to eat. I'm going to throw them on here. I know this is wrong. But I just want to have this on the board. Yeah, that's fine. Like, unless we want to go here, which I don't think is correct. I think Peter would have eaten food. Okay, so Peter, Mary, Lothar, Rose, that. Okay. If we figure out whose is whose, that might be useful to us, which I get is the thing. I'm doing it. I need a hint. Getting stuck and working through to find a solution to the heart of this game. Before you resort to the hints, we suggest you bear in mind the following advice. Have you made a typo? Have you considered all the evidence? Have you re-examined your assumptions? Okay, fine. We'll do that because you're telling me to and you asked nicely. Down parasites, along the face and our blood and sweat. that's right. Let's figure out the rooms. Let's go back to that then, I guess. Maybe that'll help. What if instead of that it's... Hold on, what if we do it this way? And then little Pip is there. There we go! Remember to take the fourth one from every row. Use substance to remove target. Sincerely, Dark Hand Steward. Use substance to remove target. Sincerely, Dark Hand Steward. So Dark Hand... Oh. Dark Hand Steward. I should have gotten that much away. Received the encoded instructions from Dark Hand Steward to poison everyone. She listed the ability to move freely about the rooms while cleaning and made a copy of the key in the medicine cabinet. Used a syringe to poison a seal peptic. However, during the party, Rose asked for tonic and drank it first and died from the poison. That was a rough one, y'all. Okay, but we made it. The Cursed Inheritance. This will probably be our last chapter for right now. Horses! Henchmen for hire in Timberbrook region. Billy Cracker. Oakwood Gang Brawler Robber. Party Abe. Burkham Workhorse Brawler has a cart. Workhorse. So Hardy Abe. Little Billy. Hobbs Gang Burglar enters through chimneys. Jack Nails Timberbrook Inn Burglar Pickle. Box of confectionery. Hats. Oh, hello. You're dead. The man is breathing but appears to have lost consciousness. Oh. I do not care what means you use to acquire what I need, but remember to be discreet as always. Not that I do not want it to decayed. The more recently it has died, the better. One of the old workhouse geezers croaked yesterday. I will arrange for a cart to remove the corpse if you send me directions. And be quick before they bury him. I do not want to dig up that stiff. And a loaded pistol. Scarecrow in a wooden coffin. Ah, by the gods, what was that? Gentleman robber strikes in Westbrook. The infamous gentleman robber Walter Keene, with a number of unnamed associates, held up a coach on the southern road leading out to Westbrook. The scoundrel robbed the passengers of all their valuables, kissed a young lady, then left. This is already the 5th robbery by the infamous gentleman who, at his custom, appeared wearing an impeccable suit and a new hat in the latest city. The reward for catching Walter Keene has been increased to £100. Going with that is Walter Keene. Ah! Loaded pistol. Walter Keene. Oh, hello. That broke open. A club. Door was broken. Ah, the door is broken. Shard of a vase. I finally have the location of my target. Meet us on November 10, Friday, in the Timberbrook Inn and bring all your tools. You get your share as we agreed, WK. Saw. Loaded pistol. So this was sawed off. It appears to be. With nails. Rotten apple and a green apple. A golden idol. A small weight is tied to and pulled down the lever at the back of the idol. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Vacuum. This simply did not work after I aimed at the sealed vessel and activated the idol. Both air and vessel disappeared. Upon further consideration, it was an obvious mistake. Attended with this input, and it was definitely an improvement. It increased the amount of air, but curiously still did not create a complete vacuum in the sealed vessel. Gold filtering. So they're trying to filter gold. I must ask David to fetch me a dead body. Okay. We'll come back and read all this later. Grabbing clues right now. You cannot combust the target if you have not performed the freezing beforehand. We know this. Freezing observation. Safety notice. Upon pulling the trigger, if the glyph input is meaningful, the idol will perform the intended action on the target it can see. If its eye is red, it is ready for the J input and it will turn blue afterwards. If the eye is blue, you can only perform input and return afterwards. Okay. That's Eddie Cuthbert, I do believe. Everyone here has guns. I'm gonna point that out. J and then the double square. So they was looking for that. So it was looking for a vacuum. Double check and make sure there's nothing else there. That's Green Lantern. We've seen this already. So upside down J and that. Everyone, you are not to visit any village or city without my permission. At no point may you disclose the location of the cabin. Mr. David Gorin, you are in charge of all security and arms. Mrs. Lucia Smith, you will taste any food you cook before it's presented to me. Little Pip, you are in charge of Black Bestia and Golden Doubloon. Both must be fed daily. Go, coin, go! Arrgh. Is that everyone? Okay, so that's Edmund. I believe that is Mr. David Gore. I believe the man dead is Mr. David Gorin. That looks right. David Gordon. That is Miss Smith. That is Little Pip. Do we not have Little anymore? Oh, it's right there. Little Pip. I'm gonna go with that's Gold Doubloon because he called him Cole. Golden Doubloon. A gentleman with the blue coat has nails. Okay, hold on. Jack Nails. So this dude is Jack Nails. Jack Nails. Enters through chimneys. Has a cart. Is that Hardy Abe? Makes sense, he has the cart. Hardy Abe. Cool! That's the fastest that's ever gone. Love that for us. A vacuum. This is ridiculous. Okay, well, we know this is Jack Nails. When Jack Nails, Hardy Abe entered the room. The goal. Shard of a vase. Wait. The vase exploded and killed them both. Name needed a blank. Needed a something. Name along with accomplice delivered a pawn. Suddenly. Needed a dead body. Needed a corpse. I'm gonna say Edward Clousey needed a corpse. Delivered a scarecrow. That was an option, right? Scarecrow? Delivered a coffin upon entering. Suddenly... Not. Because you are shot. Hold on. You've been shot. Loaded pistol. Loaded pistol. Club. Loaded pistol. Let's try this. Hold on. Clubbed. David Gorin. So Hardy Abe. Along with accomplices, delivered a coffin. Walter Keane. Meanwhile, is there a trunk? Where's the water? You. Put you here. Oh! The scroll has been fulfilled. No hands access. There we go. To gain entrance to Edmund Cloudley's secret forest cabin, gentleman robber Walter Keane pretended to deliver a corpse to Edmund for his experiments. On entering the cabin, the robbers ambushed the servants and Edmund locked himself in his study. While the robbers were sawing through the lock, Edmund prepared a trap at the idol and we're good there. Alright, cool. Then circle, another bandits accidentally set off my master's laboratory chemical ingredients. What happened afterwards? I managed to fend the rest of them off, but my master, Lord Edmund, got caught in the blast, which severely disfigured him, and soon afterwards he died, bless his soul. I think, oh, that's creepy. That's some Nosferatu looking things. I think that's a good place to end it. We'll come back around and play more of this at a future time, but I had a lot of fun with this. I like puzzles. It's good. There's a lot of puzzles. We did 6 today. We'll do more later. But thank y'all for being here. Appreciate y'all. Please keep doing what you need to do to take care of yourselves, because I'm going to keep doing what I need to do to take care of myself, and I'll see y'all next time. Seriously, thank y'all for being here. See y'all next time.